Welcome, everyone. Is it on? Yeah, you can all hear. We're very happy that we have our special guest speaker tonight, Swami Yogatmanandaji, head of the Vedanta Society of Providence, a very dear friend of ours, and now quite a senior monk of our order, and very, very much beloved to us at our center. He comes very often and speaks there, so we're very grateful he could come. He had a weekend retreat in Pittsburgh, so he took that opportunity to come from Pittsburgh here and spend a couple of days. So we're very happy that he's here. He'll be leaving tomorrow morning, so this is the one chance to get to hear him speak. He'll be speaking on the topic Sri Ramakrishna, Brahman, and Shakti. Please.
ब्रह्मरूपमादिमध्य शेषसर्वभासकं भावषट्कहीनरूप नित्यसत्यमद्वयम् वाङ्मनोतिगोचरं च नेति नेति भावितं तं नमामि देवदेव रामकृष्णमीश्वरम्. Dear Atmagyananandaji and Bhasvatanandaji, thank you for this kind invitation. Before getting into the discussion of this topic, which is really very complex topic, let us do some meditation. And our appreciation or understanding of today's topic really depends on how deeply, how intensely we get into this meditation of, understanding through abstract intelligence, through feelings, through experience. Let us feel that there is an enormous heap of ice cubes kept here. I feel I am one ice cube, different from all other ice cubes. I see the differences. I identify myself with the shape, size, weight of that one ice cube. I am this ice cube. All other people and all other things are different, separate from me. I form relationships. Not exactly that I form, but somehow it happens. Some other ice cubes I relate to those as my parents. Some others as siblings. Some others as children. A lot of others as colleagues, friends, acquaintances. Some others as enemies. Many others as distinct but unrelated. But I am experiencing a change in my shape. My weight, my size, and yet trying hard to hold the identity that I am so and so. All ice cubes are melting. In spite of myself, I am experiencing the oneness. Because of the attachment induced by the identification with a particular form. I am feeling some pain of getting melted, losing this separateness. I am completely melted. There is no I really. everything is the one without second. Mass of water. I see I am one without second. I am limitless. I don't need anything. Even before melting, where everything that I was seeing, was it really different? Only in appearance. Let us feel this truth of transcendental oneness of existence. And let us, with open eyes, perceive this same transcendental truth as immanent in everything, without any change. The One was appearing as many. As the verse that I recited in the beginning by revered Swami Virajananda, a great disciple of Swami Vivekananda and Holy Mother, and president of our order, with tremendous insight in spiritual matters. This great first stanza of that hymn, it has 10 verses, 10 stanzas. The first one is the quintessence of Sri Ramakrishna's life. What is Sri Ramakrishna? As we have read in Sri Ramakrishna and his divine play, Sri Ramakrishna's statement he repeated several times. It comes in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna as well many times, that Brahman and Shakti are same, one and the same. And understanding this requires some abstract thinking. The topic is very deep. As Swami Vivekananda said to one of his friends, that how much wealth of message is seen in simple looking sentences of Sri Ramakrishna. The sentence is very short, simple, but the message is very deep. The more one tries to think and feel it, the wealth starts coming out more and more, as it were. It is one of such great statements is Brahman and Shakti. They are one and the same. They are one. And with our splintered, fragmented awareness, we try to think of it and see that they are related. Brahman and Shakti. Brahman, from Brahman the Shakti comes. But they are not related causally. There is no causal connection between Brahman and Shakti. Therefore, Sri Ramakrishna gives some analogies. But every analogy, friends, as you know, is limited. It cannot really say everything. The analogy that he gives very commonly as Agni and Dahika Shakti, fire and its burning power. Now, fire and burning power, Sri Ramakrishna says they are identical. They do not come from one another as such. They are together, always there. It is only how you look at it. Brahman, say, is the impersonal existence, and Shakti is how it affects us. In everything we see, there is the being and the effect. As I see that being, the effect on me. When I have, for example, I am seeing somebody, I have met that person, and then when I see that person again, the previous impressions of that come. I get affected by that. Even if I have not met that person previously, some vibes from that person, they affect me. So that is Shakti. Everything is Brahman, and everything, to use a commonly understood word, but use it please with caution. Everything is Brahman, simultaneously it is Shakti. Brahman and Shakti, they are one and the same. Friends, a great message about the nature of Sri Ramakrishna. The Brahman and Shakti are one and the same. And this is a principle for meditation. How the so-called I is just like a piece of ice. One ice cube in an infinitely big storehouse or heap of ice cubes in warm weather. It is melting. What happens to that ice cube? There is no separate identity to it. Even when the melting didn't happen, still it doesn't have any true identity, separate from others, because it is always changing, continuously changing. What I say, I am like this. We many times say, sometimes boastfully, this is, I am such and such person. Are you serious? It is always undergoing change, which you cannot stop. It is continuously shifting, changing, and yet we claim, I am such and such. No, I am not that. It is changing, melting. There is this substance is the same, and that when one, and now when again, please don't take it in the sense of time. It is the limitations of our language, you see. I have to use the word when. But please try to transcend this idea of time there. That as I see multiplicity, as Sri Ramakrishna sometimes would say, and then you are in the realm, in the field of Shakti. Because now, by the virtue of seeing multiplicity, you are getting affected by various different other forms that you are seeing, some pleasant, some unpleasant, some neutral. So it is irrespective of that, the thing in itself is not changing. It is the same. So another analogy he gives is that the snake that is coiled up, and the same snake now, say, walking or running, whatever, crawling. Now, the same snake, as it is another analogy that Sri Ramakrishna is trying to explain that understanding. This is to be seen from Sri Ramakrishna's that experience of deep samadhi, that it is from that deep samadhi where the experience of that supreme transcendental oneness. Now he is telling that Jini Nitte Tini Lilai, the one who is in, unchanging, Nitya. It is always ever present. That itself, without any change, appears as a manifestation. There is really no change there at all. And this is a great, very deep, supremely philosophical principle, philosophical in the sense that we try to get at it through a deep analysis. That it is the principle that Sri Ramakrishna is manifesting before us. The greatest that message that delivered by Sri Ramakrishna could be appreciated by Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda was the one who had this deep meditative understanding, and so he could feel that Sri Ramakrishna has that beyond all changes and yet manifesting as this multiple changing world. They water one without second, and ice cubes as the multiplicity. And so when he wrote that wonderful hymn which we recite every evening, Om Ring Ritam Tvamachalo Om, which says of this oneness of everything, all is just sound. Sound. What it is, we see that I am so and so. It is just sound. Now our Swami Atmagyananandaji is, although he lives in here in Maryland, he is a great supporter and fan of Eagles. Am I right? So now, when Eagles won this year, they won Super Bowl, isn't it? Yeah. So I was thinking, when I got the news, I was thinking of Atmagyananandaji. How happy he would be. Now, what is the Eagles? Just think of it. The players keep on changing. Sometimes they, some other club pays them more, they go to other club. Sometimes, even the owners change. Everything is changing. And then yet, what is the identity of Eagles Club? It is just the name, isn't it? Just only the name. There is no substance to it except the name. So also with everything, we give it a name. Say Yogatmananda. What is it? Just a name. The particles keep on changing. I was treated with all delicious and sumptuous meals since I arrived yesterday. And now what happens? If I am the particles, they keep on changing, all that meals went in. What is Yogatmananda? Just think of it. It is name only. Nothing more than that. That is Om. Everything is just the sound. Everything is just sound. There is no other identity to anything. It changes. One may say here, I have been sitting always since this temple, this hall is built. I am sitting always on the same chair. Is the same chair? Changes. Every moment, that is how there is the moment. The time is the principle of change. It is, every time it is changing. It is what is same. Try to feel, There is nothing same. Only the mistaken awareness of sameness. That flip-flop, somebody uses it for 10 years. Same flip-flop, boasts about it. I am using for 10 years. Once a year he changes the flaps, once a year changes the sole. And now what is a flip-flop but these two? There is so Exactly like that. Everything is changing. Only the name gives it a pseudo identity. Therefore, everything is just the name, this sound. What is name? A sound. And that all sounds are contained in Om. So, thinking of Sri Ramakrishna, what Swami Vivekananda thought first is Om. It is all embracing, all containing. It is, that is Om. All is just sound. So therefore our scriptures again and again tell that Om iti. This is just an example. In all different Upanishads, Mandukya Upanishad is very special about this, that Om iti etadaksharam idam sarvam tasya upavyakyanam, that the Om is everything. Everything is manifestation of Om, because all sounds, they manifest from this primordial sound Om. And therefore all sounds are contained in Om. Therefore all words, all names are contained in Om. And now you have to take a leap, friends, on the basis of what we discussed. Therefore all things, the entire universe is thus contained in Om. Om is the whole universe. It is, there is no change there. And let us deeply ponder over that it doesn't change. The dimensions of this unchanging character, there is no time, no space there. It is there again. We have to again use the language. So there are, these words are there, but it is beyond that. As the opening verse that I recited, Vang Manoti Gocharam, it transcends the realm of mind and speech. That is this universe, that Om, beyond all changes, and yet encompassing all changes. It is a very strange thing for us to appreciate because of our so-called attachment to the science. Science dwells on differentiation, the investigation. I separate from that. And it does a great job so far as that realm is considered, that I analyzed this and I found therefore this and such thing. But when it comes to going beyond this perceived separateness, it stops short of it. It is not able to do anything there. So, the point that Swami Vivekananda makes here is Sri Ramakrishna is Om. Ananta Bhavamaya Sri Ramakrishna. He expresses once that how can I describe Sri Ramakrishna? He is having this infinite different expressions and attitudes that are contained in him. I like one beautiful picture, a painting of Sri Ramakrishna. It was on the Bengali book, that Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, when it was the copyright of the original publishers was gone. Then Ananda Publishers, they brought out a pocket edition, and on that this picture was there. Very beautifully done. If we can feel that, as such it would appear to be, hey, and not what Sri Ramakrishna doesn't, we don't like to look at that. But that is the inner understanding of Sri Ramakrishna that the artist tried to depict. So many things are filled in his mind, full of all attitudes, full of all variations. They are all contained in that Sri Ramakrishna as is seen. They are not separate from Sri Ramakrishna. It is an expression that appears to be separate, as it were. So this gives us this understanding that we are all in Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna encompasses everything in the universe. There is nothing apart from him, just as there is nothing apart from Om. There is nothing apart from Sri Ramakrishna. Please now use your faculty of feeling. That yes, let us try to feel this, that we are included in Sri Ramakrishna. And that very Sri Ramakrishna is Shakti, that is indicated by the next word there, Reem, Om, Reem. There is no causal connection between them. That is another problem about, the scientific thinking. It is very good, very helpful in the so-called phenomenal world. But one therefore tries to put that into this Om Reem. Reem is not causally connected to Om. There is no causality there. But because everything in this world, we are used to feel cause and effect, cause and effect. We try to see that here also because of addiction to it. Addiction, I am using this word deliberately. Addiction means it is difficult to take away. We are so used to these questions: why, when, how, what is the cause, what is the effect. Now here there is no cause and effect, but we are addicted to use that, like a carpenter gets, forgive me Maharaj, I am not talking about, he is greatly skilled carpenter, we have all seen. It is, he is addicted to the tools. And so where those tools are not applicable, tries to apply those same tools there also. They are wonderful in that realm. But you cannot use a saw for the purpose of cooking. He doesn't do that mistake. He is a very skilled cook also. So it is, why? Do you have any doubt whether he is skilled cook or not? Yeah, yes. So it is, but he doesn't use the saw that he uses for carpentry to do the cooking. Different tools. If you are addicted to a tool, then it becomes a problem. And we get addicted to these questions. Who, when, why, and so forth, which have the causal connectivity. There is no cause-effect connection in Om, Reem, in Brahman and Shakti. Not that Shakti comes out of Brahman. It is, when I was reading long back as a student of physics, the Einstein's proclamation, you all know that it is energy and matter are same. And our professor, he interpreted it. Matter, from matter the energy comes. I said, sorry, but no. It is not that from matter the energy comes. They are just two different ways of perceiving. One is not outcome. When you are seeing matter, you are seeing energy. It is, and when you are seeing energy, you are seeing matter. That famous equation, E equal to mc square, that is not a conversion formula. It gets used like that, no problem. But let us not get fooled that this gets converted like this. No, it is same. There is no difference in it at all. So Brahman and Shakti abhed. Sri Ramakrishna has used the Bengali term abhed, the Sanskrit term abhed, means there is no distinction. That is a great understanding of non-duality. Holy Mother said Sri Ramakrishna was a non-dualist, Advaiti. It is, but we were having this discussion in the morning after the reading of the Gospel, that it is the non-dual understanding has no fight with anything. Everything is included in that non-duality. The fights between dualists, it never ends. The Shaivites and Vaishnavites and all that. So Gaudapada has said, Tair ayam na viruddhyate, that parasparam viruddhyante. They have conflict with each other, but the non-dual principle has no conflict with anything, because everything is inclusive there. That is how Sri Ramakrishna is Om, Reem, Brahman and Shakti. It is everywhere you see this play of Brahman and Shakti. And that very, the third word I am coming to, Ritam. Om, Ring. What is the third word? Ritam. Ritam. this rhythm, that very gets in a way manifested. I am deliberately not using the word changed, because nothing is changing. And yet that manifests now as the so-called relative truth, rhythm, where the law of causation now becomes activated without actually any change in the truth. Now you have karma and its effect. This is the cause, this is the effect. It all is that rhythm, relative truth, that yes, that cause and effect, it is manifestation of the unchanging. And this whole universe where we see the cause and effect functioning, that is how you see everything is connected together with this cause and effect. You sow a seed and you will get that plant. All these different, celestial, stellar bodies, they are just moving according to the laws of gravitation and so forth. So it is all that works, and yet there is no change. It is the spirituality actually, as I see it, rests in discovering the unchanging in the midst of the changes. It is in the changes, yes, you see the time and space, cause and effect, and yet nothing is changing. Let us remember that. Just to illustrate this, I like to give the example, analogy. Again, same problems are there with analogies, but we don't have other way of understanding. And the best analogy that I feel illustrates this is when you are seeing a movie. Do you see movie? Even those little children, they surely see movie, isn't it? What? Have you seen any movie, dear? Yes, okay. So, in the movie, now you are seeing changes. Otherwise, there is no point in going to see the movie. It is a lot of action is going on according to this story. Things are moving about. There is a hero and a villain and whatnot, many characters are there. Many cars are running about. Many planes are flying. A lot of, wars are happening. It is, fires are burning. So many changes. Fast moving. And yet, in the midst of all these changes, the screen remains unaffected. Not only it remains unaffected, that is the reality of everything that we are seeing. Can we not feel this? That is the reality of everything. You see a fire, and somebody sitting there, oh, everything will burn. Let me call 911. But in the meantime, I have this water bottle. Let me throw it on the fire. Will that stop the fire? What will it do? It will wet what is there. The screen alone is there. There is nothing else. So just imagine this all variety, changing variety is a movie. And that screen is manifesting. Unchanging screen has the potential to appear as movie without any change. The screen did not undergo any change. It did not become even warm. Even though you were seeing, I went to see one movie, Towering Inferno, long ago. I was a college student. It was so scary. And in spite of that huge fire, it was so very well photographed that psychologically I was feeling, oh, that heat of it. While sitting on the chair, that heat was being felt. But nothing was changing actually there. The screen was not getting hot, although the fire was burning right on it. So, this is what the rhythm, this movie is going on. We say we are spiritual. What is this spirituality? Is they finding the unchanging in the midst of all changes. That is Nityu Anityanam. This is a famous statement of great Kathopanishad, that Nityu Anityanam. Also sometimes there is a little different version which also actually means the same thing, that Nityu Nityanam, that which appears as unchanging, but yet it actually what imparts it unchangingness. A very beautiful concept. In spite of everything being changing, how do we feel it to be unchanging? Because that unchanging truth is manifesting as it. And so that unchanging reality, although is manifesting as changing, we get a sense of unchanging. I am sitting on the same chair for last 15 years. I am wearing the same flip-flop for 10 years. I am meeting the same person for last 50 years. What is the same? You have to go to this spiritual background to get that sense of sameness. That is where we become spiritual. When our life is centered on the unchanging. When it is centered on changing, it is a material life which gives rise to unending sufferings. It is a terrible bondage. We keep on running after so-called happiness. We are actually compelled, even though we know that it is not going to bring happiness, yet we become such slaves that we still have to do it. Still we run after it. Although I see there won't be any pleasure, but that is how the addiction happens. Sometime once you might have taken some of that substance and felt so happy about it. Then that substance now has mastery over you. You become slave of it. And although you do not see any pleasures in it, you keep on taking it. You get into that habit. which are so difficult to remove. You know that statement, even if you remove H, a bit remains. Habit, you know. Even if you remove H, a bit, remove H, a bit remains. Remove A, bit remains. Remove B, it remains. So it is like that. It is so difficult to get over the habits. One needs really determination. That and see that the unchanging reality, it has never changed in the whole process. That is the idea of creation, that it is a manifestation, and you will see it in all deeply spiritual disciplines in various different religions, like Christianity, Judaism, Islam, that the creation is to be just seen as manifestation. The one great philosopher, that, what is his name? Plotinus. Plotinus describes it, it is like emanation, that like the rays of the sun does not undergo any change in making it into infinitely many rays. That is a spontaneous manifestation. Brahman manifests without any change. As Shakti, nothing changes. It is its inherent, inseparable capacity that it appears as Shakti. That Brahman and Shakti, they are same. They are inseparable. It is, how to put it in words is a big problem. But therefore one has to invoke that feel of it. That is why in the beginning I meditated, and I hope you also joined in meditation. I told how much we understand this topic depends on how much we can properly meditate this idea of one appearing without any change as many. There is nothing changing. And what is changing? You see that as the appearance of unchanging. So this is the water becoming ice cubes. Is water changed? No, it still is the same substance. The ice melted and water. What changed? Just the form changed, that's all. The substance has always remained the same. That sameness, that unchanging has to be held on to. The life is to build around it. And that is why when we build that life around the unchanging, when we build it around the matter, then all the desires come up. Aitareya Upanishad explains it very nicely as a beautiful imagery, that it got separated into eater and the food. And the eater started running after the food, chasing the food. The subject chasing the object as it were. Isn't that what we do? Subject chasing the object. And it never gets fulfilled by that, because actually this division itself is not correct. It is erroneous division. It therefore described first it tried to catch the food with ear, could not catch. And therefore, today also, the Upanishads have a lot of humor, you know. So, today also, therefore, just by hearing Rasgulla, you don't get the that Rasgulla satisfaction of eating Rasgulla. It is, then it tried to catch it with eye, could not. And therefore, just by seeing Rasgulla, we don't feel that satisfaction. Then somehow it got hold of it and pushed in the mouth, and it felt temporarily satisfied, an illusion of satisfaction. But again it saw the food running ahead, and again the chasing began. Unending chasing. Why unending chasing? Unending misery. Because we are not seeing this Om, Reem, behind this rhythm, this multiplicity of the shapes and the forms. They make us run after the so-called enjoyments. With experience, we learn that I didn't get really what I wanted. But now the addiction has set in. So I have to go repeatedly. I am forced. Swami Vivekananda in Jnana Yoga mentions this, that look at this terrible slavery. That although I see that there is no joy there, I am still compelled to say that, oh, I am enjoying. The slaves being whipped, and the slave is compelled. You have to keep on saying, oh, it feels so nice. So that is what we do in this world, being roasted. And say, how nice this is. We try to make this world beautiful. What is making it beautiful? There is nothing to make it good. The world cannot be made beautiful or ugly. It is just not real. It is a manifestation. You cannot make it ugly or real, that beautiful. It is good for the poets to say, it is like trying to put a purification plant on a mirage water. It is a big mirage. Can we put a purification plant on it? No, there is no water actually there, only appearance. So that is how this universe is. Sri Ramakrishna is the unchanging reality of it. Let us have this resolve to hold on to this. This is how that unchanging spirit which manifest as the changes. Changes are not given up. If you give up the changes, many times one wants to practice austerity and then makes this difference. This is spiritual and this is the world. I will run away from the world. No, this is a mistake that we are further complicating. There is no other thing. God alone is there. Same Brahma and Shakti, same Sri Ramakrishna. That it is Om, Reem, Ritam. Tvamachalo. It does not change at all. There is no movement there, and yet it appears as all moving things. Asino duram rajati, shayano yati sarvatah. That reality, this is again quote from Kathopanishad, that that Brahman, that reality sits in one place and yet goes everywhere. It sleeps and is still everywhere without any change, without any movement. So that is it. When we go to that Sri Ramakrishna, then, and friends, then alone, all the sufferings that we are having will come to end. In the third stanza of this same great hymn, this hymn I feel so much meditative in nature. Tejas taranti tarasa tvai trishta trishna rage krite ritapathe tvai Rama Krishna. We are scorched in this world, trying to find satisfaction. Where is that I will find joy? I run from here to there. My throat is getting parched because of this terrible thirst. Tanha, what Lord Buddha calls it. The terrible scorching thirst. And I go from one mirage to another mirage to quench that thirst. Never successful. The parching of the throat increases. Where you will find the satisfaction, tejas taranti, all that scorching of it will be removed in you, O Sri Ramakrishna, Tvai Ramakrishna. That it is you have to now shift your love. Rage krite, iritapathe, Tvai Ramakrishna. So it is there we will find the solace. So let us take this to heart. And I hope and pray that we will get that inspiration and guidance from reading Sri Ramakrishna. Thank you.